Sometimes you have to make the same entities again and again. To avoid that thing, sometimes you can use the pattern tools. By using the pattern tool, you can easily do the same thing in a very quickest time. Suppose there are two type of pattern you can do in this case. One is a linear pattern, another is circular pattern. You can get this two pattern from here. From the drop down menu, there is one circular and one is linear. When I activate the linear pattern, from here you can get few information. I just collapse everything to better understand for your better understanding. From here, for the direction 1, is by default is X direction. If you see in direction 2, by default is Y direction. Before you do anything, you have go to entities to pattern. Which entities you want to pattern? You have to select that thing first. I want to pattern this ellipse. After selecting this thing, in the X direction, I have to mention the interval. I can put 30. And how many instances do I need? 10. After putting this thing, if I want, I can put the display instant count. If I want, I can put the thing that is better. So I can change this thing in later. And if I want any angle, if I want to put 45-degree angle, you can see how this thing works. If I want, you can change the angle, but for this moment I am putting the 0. For the direction 2 is the same thing. It's gray because it's for the Y direction it's just one instances. So if I increase to 10, in that case you can see everything has been activated. So now if I put 10 interval, you can see this is the linear pattern, and I can use that dimension Y spacing. This is good. If I want, I can also put the dimension or X spacing, so you can change this thing in later. If you want, you can also put dimension angle between axes, but for this moment I am leaving this now. And there is another, this is collapse at this moment. I will explain this thing. Instances to skip. Suppose when I don't want few instances, like this instance, this one. Suppose I don't want these few instances. Just I have to select this thing, and they will remove this thing. If I change my mind, if I think I want to, I just want this instance again. Just click on that instance, it will come again. And when I will be happy with that, just press OK. So by this way you can use the linear pattern, and you can see if you want to make this pattern manually, it will take lots of time. So it can save you lots of time. Now this is another sketch. In this sketch I will show you how you can work with the circular sketch pattern. To activate that thing, I will go to this drop down menu, and from here circular sketch pattern, I will activate this thing. After activating this circular pattern, in the entities to pattern, I have to select the entities, which entities I want to put in the circular fashion. After selecting everything, I have to select the point on which point this will be circle. I put this center point. After putting this thing, if I want, I can mention this point manually from here, X and Y direction, but I checked this center point, that's why this is 0 and 0. And if I want, I can do this in equal spacing, and number of instances will be 5, 6, 7 based on my requirement. If I want, I can put this equal space, or if I uncheck this thing, I can put this in every 20 millimeter or more, it will be increased. But for this example, I will use 360 degree with equal spacing with 6. After putting everything, if I want, I can use the dimension angular spacing. This is good. I can change this angle later, or if I want, I can put this equal space. And like the linear sketch pattern, in the circular pattern there is this instance to skip works in the same fashion. If I skip this instance and this instance, if I want this 3 instance only, I will skip this 2 thing, and if I OK, then you can see you can get this result. So you can do this thing by manually, but it will take lots of time to do this thing.